From November 14th to 21st, we're inviting you to join us for a powerful trip to Ghana. This isn't just a vacation. This is a chance to walk through the same places where many of our people were captured, held, and shipped off into slavery. So don't wait. Secure your spot today. We're making history by walking through it. Will you be with us?
There's a video clip going around from the Piers Morgan show. She had this anti-black racist named Lilly Gaddis. Now, if you know anything about her, she, came out some while ago saying the N-word. She lost her job, and then they supposedly was canceling her. So she became a darling on the right. So she thinks that she can just run around and say the N-word, whatever the case may be, right? So Piers Morgan was asking her about this because she supported, of course, the Shiloh Hendricks woman who was extremely despicable, a degenerate, and probably, don't smell too nice just from the look of her. She supports her, saying what she said to the 5-year-old child, right? A child who cannot defend himself. I want you to listen to how unapologetic she is about saying the N-word, but pay attention to what, and we talked about this before, what they deem as freedom of speech.
Why would you want to support a white racist?
Because I want to support free speech, and you cannot have free speech in a country.
That's fine. You can support free speech, but you also have to be accountable for what you say. Would you use the N-word out of interest?
Yes.
You would?
Mm-hmm. I do, quite frequently.
You use the N-word quite frequently. Well, why? Other than the fact you're a despicable racist. Are you?
Some would say I am. I guess according to the ADL, I'm a white supremacist. I'm a neo-Nazi.
But if you use the N-word repeatedly, you are a racist, then, are you?
Sure, I'll embrace that. If that means forwarding, helping white people achieve freedom of speech, real freedom of speech, which, by the way, Shiloh Hendricks is being attacked on all fronts. They're trying to bring legal charges against her. They're trying to get her children taken away. So you were saying Carmelo Anthony, it doesn't matter. That's a different
Sorry, but just to be
thing.
clear, you just said to me you use the N-word regularly. In what context? Do you use it with black people?
Yes, if it's appropriate.
When would it be appropriate to use the N-word? When would it be appropriate?
Anytime I feel like it.
So you're an unashamed racist?
Correct.
Well, do you understand that makes you a despicable human being?
I guess so. I don't really care. Why are we not talking about Shiloh Hendricks? Why are we talking about?
Well, actually, I think you've moved it on in this debate very quickly to your own racism, which explains why you've supported her in public and why you've got all these views. You see no problem with a woman shrieking the N-word repeatedly because you yourself are a despicable racist, and you've just proudly admitted that with a smug grin on your face, which is pretty horrifying, actually, for most people to have to watch. And shame on you. You're entitled to do it, and I'm entitled to call you despicable.
Right. So what's going on with these people? Why they keep coming out just really leaning now into the N-word with the hard R? What's going on? Why they just saying, you know what, F it, and crashing out in this way? It lets you know that they're seeing their world coming to an end. And as their world comes to an end, their influence is constantly dwindling every day. No one respects them. No one is paying attention to them. People throughout the world are saying these people are getting on our last nerves. Other people throughout the world are making alliances with each other and cutting them out. Even in the African continent, they're kicking out, the folks, so definitely the French. They're seeing their global influence go all out. And those here in this country, they're seeing the demographic shift. Their economists have told them this. They're saying that, hey, y'all not having children. The Europeans don't want to immigrate over here. Why would they want to immigrate over here when they got free health care in their own countries? The citizens can't get military grade weapons in their hands. European citizens, a lot of them in the EU, they can't get things equivalent to the AR-15, AK-47, and anything else they can't get because they actually have laws against that, right? So why would they want to come over here? They may come visit, but they don't want to come live here. So they can't depend on the Ellis Island strategy like they used to, just import a bunch of white people here. Trump tried to get a bunch of white South Africans to come over here, and they don't want to come over here either. Why? Because they got it good in South Africa. They got it real good. All that white genocide talk that they was doing, that was a straight up lie. They want basically America to go put the black people in South Africa back in apartheid so they can rule South Africa. They don't want to come over here. So trying to bring white people over here is not going to work because white people all over the world see this is not it over here. It's just not really not. For them, it's not, right? So their demographics is crashing, right? This is why they went so hard to stop all the abortions. They didn't stop the abortions because of so-called black women. And let me tell you something about that. The propaganda is, all these black women are getting abortions. But no. White women are getting abortions. Way more than black women could ever get abortions. You understand? Even some of the guys say, well, the white girls don't have all the baby daddies. Yeah, it's called abortion. That's why. A lot of black women keep their children. That's why you say black women are single mothers. That means they're not aborting their children. That's what that means, sir. So you can't put this propaganda out there that black women, every time they get pregnant, they're going over there. Some of them do, but that's not the majority. Obviously, because we wouldn't have a single mother epidemic if the majority was doing it, right? So the white man see his woman's out of pocket. She's bouncing up and down on different black men, having so many children. His woman wants to be a black woman every chance she get, but she wants to play both sides. She wants to have her feet in white supremacy and trying to have her feet in the black community too. He can't really get away with that. That frustrates him. His woman's not having kids, so which the demographics going to change. They're going to become the minority, and as the fear of the minority come up, they say, you know what? We got to try to see if we can be more racist. We got to become more violent so we can get them afraid, so we can try to run America like the apartheid South Africa strategy, right? Which is we want to run America as a white minority like it used to be in apartheid South Africa. So this is why they crashing out so much. They feel that, because Trump's in office, I can crash out now. I can say whatever they want to say. And I've been seeing so many videos as of late. Black people have been handling that immediately. So I don't know who told you or what memo y'all pass around each other that y'all can just say whatever you want to say to black folks. And the only reason that Shiloh woman wasn't picking up her teeth off the ground is because she said that to African immigrant. Okay. So the word, that word don't have a history. And yes, I appreciate him filming it. Yes, I appreciate him saying something about that child. But if that would have been an FBA that say sister there, that wouldn't have went down like that. It wouldn't have went down at all. But they know who to pull that with. Trust me on that. Now, so you're going to see more and more of them saying this. And you know what? I'm going to say what sparked that off with them. See, we talk about immigration. But the immigrant that came here that has caused the most trouble is an apartheid era immigrant by the name of Elon Musk. Let's talk about when it was Twitter. When it was called Twitter before he got it and changed it to X, the N-word wasn't allowed on that platform. It wasn't allowed, especially the hard R. It was not allowed. What's the first thing that apartheid era Afrikaner did when he took over that platform? He started talking about freedom of speech. And so you see the theme is freedom of speech means I can say whatever anti-black slur or whatever slur I want to say about a person and nothing can happen to me. That's freedom of speech. And if I'm being held accountable for my mouth, whether it could be accountable through my job, accountable physically, accountable criminally, accountable civilly, any kind of accountability. Oh, that you're blocking my freedom of speech. Oh, how dare you? I'm a free speech advocate, right? No, you want the freedom of consequence for your mouth. Just like a person can't go on any kind of airplane and scream bomb, or you screaming fire in a crowded building. If you go do that, it's going to be a consequence for you. You understand? Certain things you say can get you arrested with so-called freedom of speech. Just because you have a so-called, you can say whatever you want, but it doesn't mean you're free of a consequence of it. And what they don't want is the freedom. They don't want the consequence of their mouth. See, that's true freedom of speech. When I can say it and it's no consequences at all from nobody. Well, let me tell y'all something. You anti-black racist. You're never getting that. You're never going to be in a position where you can just say whatever you want and there's no consequence. Because let's call it what it is. See, the extremists like that, see, we know the majority of their community participate in white supremacy, but the majority don't want to be on the side of the extremists because it makes them all look bad. So some of them, even though they may agree with what they're doing and saying, they say, you're doing too much. We talk that way at the potluck, okay? We talk that way about them at the country club, among us. You don't get on national TV saying anything like that. You don't be saying this mess in a park. You don't be doing that because we still got businesses and we want their money. Some of us are on sports teams and we want them to play for us. And if y'all are doing this and making us all look bad, then we're going to start losing a lot of money because we need them to help us make money. Or when we want to go hear some music, good music, we can still go over there. Or we want to go eat some of that great food they make, we can still go over there. If y'all make this something where it's all over the place, what they're going to do, they're immediately going to see us and it's going to be on. And they're not going to want us nowhere around them because they're going to say, all y'all the same. And we don't want that. So y'all doing too much. We agree with you, but you're doing too much in public. And listen, if you're doing too much in public, I may have to say something about you. Well, the other day, you were saying it. Yeah, I said it to you with nobody around. I didn't go on national TV saying it, did I? I feel the same way you feel, but we got to do it a different way. And that's really their conflict. And that's fine. That's their conflict. They can have it. But what I'm saying is, what you're seeing is the last days of their rule is what you're seeing. This is why they're crashing out. Trump says America's a failing nation. No, your community is failing. It's not America, it's your community. And if America is failing, your community is the one that made it fail. It's not nobody else's, it's yours. You fear being a minority. Why? Because you project a lot. You think, you know what? If I did all that, what I did to those people, oh my God, when I become the minority, they gonna do that to me. Oh, did you see what happened with that Rodney Hinton Jr. case? Did you see that? See, if they become the majority, you imagine what they're gonna be doing to us? Look what they're doing now. Well, maybe you should have made it right and you wouldn't have to fear that. While you got a chance, you should do reparations in the form of cash payments. You should be begging for forgiveness. You should overturn every law that's discriminatory. That's still on the books to this day. Remember, do reparations and do all that to save yourself for the future. Don't do it to say you're trying to do something great for us. You can lie and say it. I don't care. But do all that to make sure you good when you're the minority. But all this just outward anti-black racism, that don't make you look good before the world. Because the whole world is seeing this. And they're saying, this is how these people act. And every time y'all do it, this is what I'm going to say in my commentaries. People throughout the world, they're going to be coming to your countries, vacationing. That woman right there will probably go lay herself up in Jamaica somewhere. That woman. Y'all people in the y'all Caribbean nations, African nations, definitely when them people come through y'all immigration, y'all need to start checking their phones on their social media, because if they say something about black folks, they seeing it there. And if you see anything in their phone that's anti-black, say, hey, get your bags, go back to the counter where you got your flight from, and you're gonna sit here and you're gonna be on the next flight out. You're not staying here, because we don't want anti-black racists in our country. And I say all countries throughout the world need to be taking that stance right there. Do you really want this woman and the people that think like her in your country? No. I know you shoot, I don't even want her in this one, right? I mean, shoot, can we deport her somewhere? Can we deport all of them? I would love for them to get an island just for them and deport them all over there. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, deport them to Alaska. I don't know. That's away from the mainland. Deport them all to Alaska. That should be a pretty good place for all the anti-black racists. Let's go to Alaska. And that way you ain't got to deal with all these other people, right? But this is good. This is actually good. Because some of you may say, see, Phil, this is what we were talking about Trump getting in there. No, this is good this happened. This is good. Because we need the world to see who these people are, for one. Two, we need to see them literally crashing out and unraveling in real time, which that's what a lot of this is coming from. And number three, we're going to see literally, I'm telling you, by the time Trump get out of office, watch how they're going to be. I'm telling you, they about to go through it. We're going to be fine. We're going to be shining like new money, right? We're going to be shining like gold. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be good. But them, they're going to be crashing out so much. They're going to be having mental health breakdowns. Some of them are probably going to be out here taking themselves to the next world because of all the stuff that's going on right now. Look at this student loan debt. Yes, some black folks got it, but more of them got it. And they talking about garnishing wages, taking Social Security benefits. They talking about taking taxes if you're getting refunds. They crying. So understand, you will see the crash out. So this little woman being an anti-black racist, and all the ones that support her, all the ones that giving money to that other little meth head woman, that Shiloh woman. It's just beginning. I was telling the sister Meet the other day, it's a great time to live right now. It's a great time because we're literally seeing the stages of the end of their rule.